Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to Ride the Six Motorcycle channel. Just going into the garage here. We've had 2 or 3 weeks of really crappy weather, and it's been 8, 9, 10 degrees, not conducive to riding. And it's time to do an oil change on the old Fizzer for 2023. And normally I go with Motul. But this year, this stuff is so expensive due to the high inflation rates. I've gone with something different. All right, stay tuned. I'm going to get this bike fired up. I'm going to warm it up. And I'm going to take it for a little ride. And then when I come back, we are going to drain the oil. And we're going to put some fresh oil in this baby. Alright guys, we're going to let the bike warm up. Going to go for a little ride and going to come back, get the oil all nice and warm, and we're going to drain her out. Give her some fresh fluids here today. Remove before flight. Alright, check it out guys. Just went for a quick little 10-15 minute burn. You can see our engine temperature is up to about 100 degrees. This is going to be perfect for draining your oil out. So the fans have kicked in now on the rad. I'm going to shut it off before it starts cooling things off. I'm going to get my fairing off. We're going to drain the oil out of this bad boy. Oh, so much quieter. Alright, stay tuned. Before you take your fairing off, the first thing you want to do, you're going to want to unplug your signal light. And it's that connector right there. Get yourself a small little flathead screwdriver and just be gentle, don't break it, but you're just going to probably push that screwdriver up in to release the clip and then pull it apart. I can't do this with one hand, so I'll be right back. So there we go, my signal light is unplugged. Okay, so now we're going to take the fairing off guys. You're going to need to start by removing your center cowl piece here. You got 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a pin at the bottom that holds the 2 fairings together. That's kind of the mother of all mothers to reinstall, but you have to take it off to separate your fairings right and left, unless you don't have that pin down in here. Okay, to remove the fairing, 1, 2, 3 bolts there. We got another one here, and one down here, and another one down here. Cheers to Texas, half click up, uppity uppity up. Alright, let me get that fairing off guys, and be right back. Nice, fairing is off. I'm trying to do this fairly quick, just so the oil doesn't cool down too much. And now we're going to get out our drain bolt, and we're going to take the filter out, and we're going to drain the oil out. The bike's still quite warm, so let's get her done. It's not a bad idea to crack your cap on your crankcase here guys, to be honest. It'll help the oil flow out a little bit better. Just crack it. Okay, so we have our socket on here. This is a 17 mil on your oil drain bolt. Okay, it's cracked loose. All right. It gets a little messy. Get your pan. The kickstand's kind of in the way on this bike, but get your pan ready. It's still pretty warm under there. Alright, notice I did not use any gloves guys, but go ahead and feel free to put on a set of gloves if you like, if you're afraid to get your hands dirty. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's hot, 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 hot. Oh, look at that Motul. That is used Motul coming out. There you go, look. More of a brown, not so much of a red. This is a season of riding on a bike. Alright, let me get that drained out and get the filter off after that. Time to get this oil filter out. Again, 17 mil socket, same as the drain plug. Very smart by K&N. push your pan a little further under your bike. This is probably going to drip down probably on your oil pan and your exhaust. There you go. See, you can see it, guys, underneath. It's kind of running down the oil pan, running down my exhaust. This filter's still pretty hot. Oh. Oof. Yeah, she's hot, boys and girls. She's hot. Oh. Right. So there we go. I'm going to let it drain out for a little bit. I'm going to clean that area up with probably some brake cleaner. Get it all off my exhaust, my oil pan. Alright, be right back. Shoot some brake cleaner up in there. Don't want it on my exhaust too much. Just clean that area up. Beauty. Okay, here's our new filter, guys. K&N 204-1. You can see it's new. Peeling the plastic off. We're not going to fill the filter up. We're going to grab a little bit of old oil and just go around the gasket here. And we're going to get this situated on the bike. I'm actually laying down on the ground here to do this stuff. I don't have a table stand or anything fancy like that. Alright. So let's get the filter in there. You should be able to just turn it in by hand, guys, like this. Alright. Hand tight at the moment. We are going to torque this down in a second. We can put our drain bolt back in. We have enough oil out of here right now. I'm not worried about the little bit that's left in the bottom. It's just drips. Okay. I'll get the torque settings for you guys and I'll come right back. So the torque setting on your K&N filter is, well, any filter for this bike is 12 foot-pounds. The wrench is upside down, but you can see I got it set for 12 foot-pounds. It's not much, to be honest. You don't want to over-tighten your filter, and you also don't want to have it loose. Follow the torque settings, guys, for this kind of stuff. Okay, there we go. We're at 12, and our oil drain bolt is 31. Let me crank my wrench up here. Okay, here we go. 31 on the oil drain bolt. There you go, guys. Easy as that. But follow the torque settings here. If not, you're going to overstrip your bolt. You're going to over tighten your filter. You're going to end up with a bad day somewhere down the line. Normally, I run the Motul. But due to inflationary prices and effects on the market right now, this stuff is $70, $80, $90 for 4 liters of oil. So, we're going out with the Motul this year. Drum roll. Ba, 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 ba. We're going to go in with the liquid moly, guys. I picked this stuff up at the motorcycle show in Toronto. I think $45 for basically a 4-liter jug of liquid moly. First time in this bike, but it is fully synthetic, so we should be good to go. As far as how much oil to put in your bike, guys, as per the manual, and I'm going to put it up on the screen for you, with oil filter change, starting at about 2.8 liters up to 3.4 liters. So start with 2.8, start the bike up, let it filter through, put in a little bit more until you hit the proper level on the Yamaha. Alright, let's get the oil in the bike. I brought the bike inside, guys, because we were starting to get a little bit of rain outside, and it's a little bit better of a controlled environment. Not as much noise, not as many disturbances, and you definitely don't have to deal with the weather. So I put about just about 2.8 or 2.9 liters in the bike. I started with 2.5 and just kept going until I checked the dipstick, and then on the dipstick you could see the oil level basically. So right now it's kind of showing down here, but keep in mind the bike is on its side, guys. So according to the manual, you want to check your oil level after you stand the bike up vertical and then check the dipstick. But you could see the oil levels right about here when it's on its side. Let me stand the bike up vertical and then we'll go back in and check it again, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, just going to stand the bike up a little bit vertical here, pretty close to vertical. Alright, let's check our dipstick again. So there you go, guys. Now you can see the level. So right now I'm right about here where my fingernail is. There's a little bit more room to maybe put a little bit more oil in the bike. So I may do that, or I may just leave it the way it is. It's up to you. Sometimes the bike seems to shift better with sometimes more or less oil. I don't know, guys. It's a little finicky between the first and second gear sometimes. Okay, and on the jug, you can see I kind of marked the jug here. So yeah, we're sitting right around 1.25 liters left in the jug. So yeah, maybe I'm a little bit low. Maybe I'll put a little bit more, just top it up. So yeah, Motul, if you're listening, bring your freaking prices down, man. Like, if I can get liquid moly for like almost half the price of Motul, and to be honest, guys, I've had dealers tell me they're all the same. So I don't know. I just went with the cheaper option, and it's got a good rep behind it. I know all the racers use it here in Canada, so yeah. So there we go, guys. Oil change is complete for 2023 on the FZ6R. I'm going to go out for a little ride here now once the rain lets up and test her out. But yeah, I've already started the bike a couple times. I've run it through the cycles a couple times, so my oil level's pretty accurate right now on the bike. Okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in for this video. It's been a while since I've done an oil change video on the FZ6R. I looked at my channel, probably going back about 4 years. So for some of you old school subscribers, some of it may be a little bit of, you know, regurgitated information, but for a lot of new subscribers, this will be a new and updated video for you. So the one thing I don't like with the new oil, it's very hard to see on the dipstick because it's clear, and the camera probably doesn't pick it up very well. Whereas the Motul, it was red, it was very noticeable. But I'm not paying double the amount of money for a lubricant for a motorcycle when it's technically all the same stuff, guys. So it's all personal preference, to be honest. So if I could save 40 bucks on an oil change, why not? Keep in mind I have 2 bikes that I ride, plus a couple that I'm fixing up right. So alright, thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. If you're out there riding, ride safe.